Alright guys, I waited about 3 days for this, but the wiki is updated. I'm ready for my first impressions of PR4. Now I saw the data mines, I think 8 or 10 hours before the update went live on Thursday morning, but I didn't make a video about it because there could be changes, and there were, and some of the info might have not be correct, which was also true as well. So I waited about 3 days, but now it's updated. I believe this is what we're going to stick with, but just in case, I'll call this video version 1.0, just to be safe. But let's get right into it. PR4, the new season, the 4th season in Wargaming collab with Azur Lane, the 4th one. Let's get right into it. So the first ship we have is Hakuryuu. I'm going to pull up this right here, and we got Hakuryuu. So, what's so great about Hakuryuu? Let's talk about it. So, my initial impressions of this ship were, it was not what I expected. I was not expecting a ship to be, or this ship to be dive bombers related. If I recall correctly, in Wargaming, and some people on my Discord said so, she was more aimed for torpedo bombing. I mean, she can still use 2 slots right here, right? But if you look closely at the efficiencies, the highest one, 150%, is on the dive bombers. Not to mention there's 4 planes here as well. So the biggest takeaway right here are the dive bombers. The second slot right here, super high for dive bombers. And we have 2 other dive bomber slots as well, or one other one, and 2 torpedo bomber slots. So I'm not going to compare her with any other ship. I could compare her with Shinano, but I'm not going to. I'm going to talk her as an individual ship. So, 8,300 health, solid for a heavy armored carrier. Very solid. Aviation stat, very high, 453. I believe this is the highest as of right now. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is the highest aviation base stat for any ship in the game as of right now, which is also good. Not bad. Good accuracy, average on the reload. All the other stuff I really don't care about. Anti-air and stuff, all that stuff. Don't really care too much about it. But I said before, I was expecting her to be torpedo bomber oriented. I'm pretty sure a lot of people were expecting her to be torpedo bomber oriented. But alas, you could play her that way, but you probably won't get that much benefit out of it. You want to play her with dive bombers here. That's the main takeaway with her kit. Now, let's talk about the skills. When launching an airstrike, 100% chance to launch a special airstrike. Damage is based on levels. So I'm going to minimize this real quick. I'll show you guys a simulation. So we got 2 PR torpedo bombers converging and one of the UR dive bombers as this slot. So 2 torpedo bombers and 1 dive bomber. I don't agree with this build because it doesn't go with what she specialized in. But a lot of people like using torpedo bombers, so guess that's what they chose for default. So let's look at this sample. And we keep on auto battle, but let's take a gander at this kit. So airstrike's coming up in a few seconds. You want to use Hakuryuu for wave clear, but I'll explain more about this once the thingamabob happens. Now you saw those little that's not the blades. It's the little I believe it's the lightning stuff. Or not, no, it's a special airstrike, so you get more planes out of it. Which honestly, I could be wrong, but that's pretty good. Like she gets additional planes. Now, I'm not sure how much additional planes she get. I'm not going to count, or I'm not going to bother counting. But that first skill right there, 100% chance to 100% chance to launch additional special airstrike. I like this. I like this. This is pretty good. I like this. Very solid. Now, the second skill right here. If this ship is equipped with a fighter, fires a special barrage every 12 seconds. Otherwise, fires slashing barrage every time the ship launches an airstrike. Both damage are based on skill level. Now, you guys saw earlier the little waves or whatever on Hakuryuu that she summons when she airstrikes. That's what you get. If you guys have seen her Yumeda, works kind of like that, but it doesn't apply a debuff for her to get stronger. It's just simple additional damage, meaning she's there to spit out a wide variety or a wide range of damage, meaning she's really, really, really good at mob clearing. Really, really good for mob clearing. And then the third skill here, right here, is if this ship is equipped with a Sakura Empire aircraft, increases this ship's aviation and accuracy by 15%. If not equipped in any Sakura Empire aircraft, increase this ship's AA accuracy by 15% instead. Now, the biggest aircraft you want to equip for her, and you want to equip one for her, are the UR dive bombers. Now, I'm not going to talk about them as of right now. They're in the game, but they are the gear you can have as of right now. Well, I can show you guys. It's the gear you can have as of right now for PR4. So let me just, these things right here. These are the best dive bombers as of right now. These are the gears you want to have on Hakuryuu. I said this before in my Discord. If Hakuryuu wants to excel at what she do, and she wants to be really, really good at it, you're gonna need 2 of those. I'm gonna say it right now. You're gonna need 2 of those. And yes, I know how a lot of people struggle getting just one UR gear. You're gonna need 2. But I will say this: you give her, because she has a slot of fighters, torpedo bombers, dive bombers, and torpedo bombers. If you have 2 dive bombers, 2 UR dive bombers, and 1 wyverns. I say wyverns because wyverns work like a budget fighters because they intercept planes as you airstrike them. So it's not that much anti-air, but it's pretty good. So now you have triple carrier or triple plane loadout with wyverns and 2 UR dive bombers. That's crazy wave clear. Crazy wave clear. Now you could also do double wyverns and the UR dive bomber as well too. I think both would work depending on what you want to do. Wyverns are very, very powerful, and the UR dive bombers may also be pretty powerful as well too. Honestly, I think you do double wyverns and one of those UR dive bombers. I think that could work. That could be really, really good for wave clear. Now, again, she's a wave clear from what I've seen so far. Nothing like super crazy. Now, she's not like built for bossing like Shinano, Shokaku, them. But she's very, very good at wave clearing. Now, I know some people really don't care about wave clearing. I get it. Like, it's easy, right? It is easy. Mob clearing in this game is a joke. But we don't have a clue as to how they're going to go about releasing World 14 that's coming out end of this year, which they stated. There could be a handicap with the level difference mechanic or whatever, or some kind of new system to make things easier. But if not, though, if they keep it relatively difficult, I can safely assume that Hakuryuu would be an amazing ship to have ready for World 14, because her wave clear with this kit, all these barrages and extra planes are very, very good for wave clearing. She's gonna dominate World 14, assuming it comes out with no like little handicaps and whatnot. That's what I'm expecting. So, initial thoughts: I think she's gonna be super good at mob clearing. Bossing, I gotta see. I don't think she's gonna replace Shokaku, but we'll have to see. She could replace Nagato, but that's also debatable as well. We gotta see everything, because barrages, even though they're very good for damaging, they're very, very wide. You're not gonna hit all these blades or whatever, especially on single target bosses. But if you have multiple bosses, like 2 or 3 of them, this could be really be good. But so right now, mobbing, I'm confident to say she's uncontested for mobbing. Yes, we have Perseus, we have Aquila. I get it. They do damage too, right? Especially Aquila. She does a lot of damage. But assuming mobs have, when World 14 comes out, they have like, I don't know, 15,000 health, which is unreasonable. I know 15,000 health for a mob is a lot. She would own with either double wyverns and the UR dive bombers, or double UR dive bombers and the wyverns. She would be really good there. So, wow, I talked a lot about Hakuryuu. I'm probably gonna split this up into 5 videos or whatever. So have fun with that. Yeah, that's my initial thoughts. Really good for mobbing, especially when World 14 comes out, assuming you guys get done, because it's gonna take We have about 5 months left before they get released. Some people are gonna finish, not everyone, but some people are gonna, or a few people are gonna finish. Bossing, nah, I'm not feeling the bossing, but it could be really, really good as well. Have to see. Have to see how the first skill works, and I have to see how she pairs up with like Nagato, Shinano, and stuff when they're buffing her to death with all the extra stuff. So, that's my first impressions on Hakuryuu. See you guys probably tomorrow for the next one.